It's your boy Zap, King of the Giant Robots, and welcome to your tactical forecast for December 2021. Nothing actually changes on the channel this month. We stay the course, and we continue going forward, moving ahead. Every day, every singular day, will be Super Robot Wars 30 at noon Central Standard Time. Nothing unusual about this one. Not every Friday, but most Fridays, we will be playing Super Robot Wars XO. And if not that, perhaps we will have an episode of Super Robot Wars F. And continuing as such, if not that, perhaps Namco x Capcom. I don't have any more banked episodes of this, but I find that sometimes I feel daunted by playing Robot Wars XO, and I don't know why. I think I've gotten either spoiled or in a groove, or just like something about XO completely clashes with playing 30 that sometimes I just don't want to boot it up. And yet sometimes instead of booting up XO, it's like, nah, let me turn the Saturn on and play F. XO isn't bad, it's just falling into this weird zone of I don't know if I want to play it or not. And I know I'd be more interested if I were playing it more often, but I know little by little I am slowly I am both ahead and behind other 30 Let's Players, and I know most of my colleagues in the Akarasu are already plowing through data and code, and they're on their third or fourth or fifth playthrough, but doing a Let's Play, and there's no sense in rushing it, because I also would like to have my own personal time. But Fridays, you will see a strange rotation of XO, F, and perhaps some Namco x Capcom thrown in there. On Saturdays, as is tradition, the 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon movie slot continues to be the quest through Final Fantasy VI: The Eternal Crystals. We've reached the world of balance, we've reached the world of new content. I am using a very hefty and in-depth guide for the vanilla Final Fantasy VI to help me go through and not miss things, as well as a few other things that I've never actually engaged with before. Like in the olden days, I never fucked around with the what's it called, the Coliseum, other than to get Shadow back, because in the olden days I never looked at a guide to see what gets what to do what, which is fine. It's not as though the Coliseum is any kind of required or necessary. The same with hunting down the majority of Lores and Rages, which I kind of hit a slight brick wall thanks to missing a couple of particular enemies. So I'm lacking in level 3 Muddle and level 4 Flare, I think it is. And while there is an enemy for me to hunt down and get it from, the way that rages work is on such a weird formula. It's on its own kind of rotation, and once it hits that block that those enemies could be in, it's not a guarantee that you're going to get that enemy formation, and if you miss it, you have to loop back around again, and that's anywhere between 6 to 36 fights. No, thank you. I just hope that I come across it fighting a boss, or find another enemy that might have it. So, I don't have any further thumbnails to throw at you. In the past month, other than playing a whole lot of 30, I've also been doing a little bit of Robot Wars R on the side on the Game Boy Advance. I've been setting that one up since it's about stage 30 out of, I think, 45. So on the side, I've been playing that to get through to a New Game Plus situation, so that can go on a hastened list for a Let's Play. I've also purchased a physical reproduction cart for Robot Wars J in English. I tested it before this, and it works. Everything appears to be fine. It's just the game on a cart, and I could pop that into a handheld, or what I have still yet to do is grab the GameCube and plug that into the Game Boy player, which I will do eventually. There's no rush to do that. I'm already well into 3 different Robot Wars games that I don't need to start a Let's Play for a 4th one or a 5th one or too many of them. Like, I again run into the problem of Nobunaga's ambition, but not Nobunaga's time, wherein I want to play other games and I want to set myself up to play other games in the future, the desires and the cravings to play other games, but there's not a logical place on the schedule to put them. As such, outside of a little messing around here and there with Dead by Daylight, I've started playing a little bit of Star Ocean 2. Another one of those games I grew up on that I never properly finished because of my indecisive ways, or I'm actually not sure what stopped me from finishing it as a child, but I know I never got to the second disc. And a couple of streamers and Let's Players that I keep up with are both playing it, both showing the ways to cheat it, and how fun and how bad the writing is, and it's watching them play it just makes me want to play it. But now at this point, one has finished and the other has but one session left to play through before they finish the game. So that leads me to wonder if I'll still have that drive to play it by the time I open a slot, because I would like to at least try to go back and finish Final Fantasy 1, which I haven't touched since I put it down. Laziness on my part. I should do some grinding. I have a lot of downtime. Otherwise, I wish I had more downtime. Not due to this, not due to YouTube. YouTube is fine. It's the other job, the job that pays. That eats up so much of my time. I don't have enough. I don't have Nobunaga's time, just ambition. I want to keep up with mecha anime. I want to get through the constantly reproducing backlog of model kits that I have. I did finish the Brygar model kit, so do look into the next episode of XO in order to witness, observe the model. But you'll also find it in one of the episodes of Robot Wars 30. That said, I'm finally hitting a point where I can play a bit of 30 without streaming it, / without having to resort to playing it on console or having a second file running in the back to fuck around with. And at that, I have the urge, again, the desire, the ambition to do the second run to get the achievement for seeing both characters' endings, but doing it where you only play the key missions. And if you've got like the New Game Plus finances, it should be well and easy enough to handle. You just invest money into the right units and go forward. I'm also realizing that I'm not playing 30 like I've played other Robot Wars, where I know who I'm using, and once you're on team, you're on team, and I'm not rotating people out, I'm not keeping people even. But 30 at least sets itself up so it's easy and probably designed so that you could easily get all of your characters to ace status even without using Proud Ace, and you know, clear before you finish the game, which would be really cool to do. That's at least one of my goals, is to somehow get every character to ace. And I know there is a specific case of one character. I kind of spoiled myself on it in the on the flowchart, where you have a character for only so long before they're permanently gone, and I would like to like pop them as ace beforehand. So we'll see how that goes. I have somehow managed to ramble on about video games in my channel for 10 minutes. Which is at least my minimum. So I would like to end this, for those of you that skip all the bullshit and shenanigans and get to the end. Wow, what was that? How do y'all feel about my pacing with Robot Wars 30 and the channel as it stands? I'm content with having one episode a day. I could accelerate to play 30 and have 2 episodes a day. I don't mind doing that, if that is what y'all would like to see. Going forward for December. I can start mid-December and be like, oh, you know what, 2 episodes a day. Let's start plowing through the game. Let's start really getting through it, so we can get back to playing other games. Can we get back to focusing on XO and F, and my mind's not a scramble, and not worried about catching spoilers or having my hype ruined. Or, yeah. I thought I had more, and sometimes I like think about what I'm going to say, and by the time I get home with it, the idea is gone. But for those of you that are here, those of you that actually watch these updates, I appreciate you and thank you very much. The channel still continues a steady growth. Almost 1 new subscriber a day. I check my own videos, you know, while I'm at work to look to see what I've got comments, how many views it's gotten since it went up. And looking at the subscriber count, every time I see an episode of 30 go up on my watch later, I see number go up by almost 1 a day. So we are climbing. We are steadily climbing. We got over 350 the month of November. And oh no, the big deal. I'm a dumbass. I didn't put the thumbnail in there. I might have to throw this up in post. I will try to throw it up in post because I'm stupid. The standard Christmas special still applies. From December 24th to December 30th will be Parasite Eve, played with the Super Robot Wars controller. Coming in my upcoming days off, I will at least try to stream 10 floors a day, leaving ideally floors 60 to 77 for Christmas Eve itself. Such is my plan, which means that is 5 streams of getting to floor 1 to 10, 11 to 20, so on and so forth. And I think that's 6 streams, not 5, but whatever. I thank y'all for watching. Good night, Space.